Have you ever wondered why you push yourself at the gym until you almost pass out, taking care of every tiny detail of your appearance, yet women still do not seem to notice you? Or maybe you think they only care about a thick wallet. If you have ever felt that way, you are definitely not alone. And the truth behind this might leave you a little stunned. I am Dr. Titan Gray, a specialist in urology and pelvic floor surgery. Today, we are going to strip down what science actually says about male sexual attractiveness. Stay with me until the end, because what I'm about to share could completely change the way you see appearance, dating, and even your own health.
For many years, scientists have tried to pinpoint exactly what makes a man attractive in the eyes of women. People usually suspect factors like height, facial structure, or overall physique. Yes, height does play a role in many cultures, but it is only a small piece of a much larger picture. To get a clearer answer, researchers carried out an extremely meticulous study. They recruited a group of young male students and took standardized photographs of each one. One set included full-body shots without a shirt, while the other set showed only the upper body in a tank top. All faces were covered to prevent bias. At the same time, they measured muscular strength using a grip strength test along with several other fitness indicators, and they recorded height, weight, and body fat percentage with very high accuracy. After gathering the data, a large number of women were invited to view the photos and were divided into two groups. One group focused on a single question: how strong does this man look? The other group rated only one thing: how attractive is this body to you?
And the results surprised a lot of people. The strongest predictor of male attractiveness turned out to be upper body strength. With just a quick look at the photos, women could estimate it quite accurately. Men who appeared powerful, with broad shoulders, defined chests, and solid arms, consistently ranked at the top of the attractiveness scale. In fact, any visual cue related to upper body strength accounted for more than 70% of the attractiveness ratings given by women. Picture it this way: everyone believes height is the ultimate trump card, but when it was compared side by side with strength and weight, it made up only about 10% of overall attractiveness. Even those other two factors contributed only a small amount. What is even more interesting is that among men who were not very tall, the ones who looked strong were still rated as more attractive than taller men with weaker builds. To put it simply, strength is what truly speaks. From an evolutionary perspective, this makes complete sense. A powerful upper body signals that a man can protect, withstand danger, and survive in the kind of environments where physical strength once meant life or death. The body sends a very clear message: I am strong, I can handle things. Another factor that made a strong impression in a follow-up study was body proportions, specifically the classic V-shaped build, broad shoulders, a fuller chest, and a narrower waist. This shoulder-to-waist ratio not only makes the body look more balanced, but also serves as a visual cue for estimating someone's overall strength. Even if two men have roughly the same body size, the one with a more pronounced V shape is almost always rated as noticeably more attractive.
From a medical point of view, women's preference for a V-shaped build makes perfect sense. Broad shoulders and well-developed muscles often reflect stable testosterone levels and a structurally healthy body, while a smaller waist suggests low visceral fat and a well-functioning metabolism. From an evolutionary standpoint, women prioritize these traits simply because they signal that a man carries strong genetic quality, with enough health and vitality to protect and provide. To put it more simply, your body is constantly sending signals about your health, your strength, and your biological capability. And whether women consciously notice it or not, their brains are incredibly skilled at decoding those signals.
But the most interesting part is this: the level of attraction women feel changes depending on the kind of relationship they are looking for, a brief, casual encounter or something long-term. Researchers found that when women lean toward short-term or exploratory relationships, they prioritize muscle, physical strength, and height even more strongly. When asked to describe their ideal man for a casual fling, they devoted up to 40% of their attractiveness budget to evaluating these physical traits alone. When it comes to long-term commitment, appearance still matters, but it is no longer the centerpiece. At that point, women place more value on long-lasting qualities such as kindness, stability, emotional regulation, reliability, and the potential to build resources. Their preference for muscularity may soften a little, and that makes perfect sense from an evolutionary point of view. You want a partner who can walk beside you, raise a family, and build a steady life, not just someone with a good-looking body.
However, even in the context of long-term relationships, the signs of physical strength and balanced body proportions still remain on the list of things women find attractive. They do not disappear. They simply become part of the overall combination of qualities they look for in a man. What I find most fascinating is this. You might think, well, of course women like strong men. But from a medical standpoint, the traits women find attractive line up perfectly with what are considered markers of optimal health. Upper body strength is not just visually appealing, it is linked to better cardiovascular health, higher bone density, improved glucose processing, and a lower risk of a wide range of metabolic diseases. And that V-shaped build with the smaller waist, that is an indicator of low visceral fat, which means reduced risk of heart disease, diabetes, and even certain types of cancer.
So when you spend time training to build the kind of physique that science shows is the most appealing, increasing upper body strength, shaping a clear V form, and keeping your proportions balanced, you are not only making yourself more attractive in the eyes of others, you are investing directly in your own long-term health. And the great part is that the exercises that create that physique, such as pull-ups, rows, bench presses, and other compound movements, are also some of the most effective exercises for cardiovascular health, bone strength, and functional power. In short, improving your strength and your physique does more than make you look better. It elevates your quality of life, extends your longevity, and makes you more confident every single day. One effort, two benefits. If you find this video helpful, there's only one thing I hope you do. Share it with someone who needs to understand the truth behind biological attraction. And as always, take care of yourself, because you